I thought it'd be a good idea to go, you know, do freaking grocery stream. And it was like, no. Phone was like, no, there's not enough signal. So, you know, that was great. No problem though, we're back. I do want to get something to order, but there's just so many people over there. They have they do this market outside where you can get like all these cooked Mexican meats. But not today. We got some cheese, we got some totopos, and we got some corn tortillas. So we back out in the normal how do you say, environment, I guess, which is good for me, because it is stressful. I'm not gonna lie, it is stressful being out in public. You know, this thing just freaked out. This thing just freaked out on me. Yeah. Welcome on in. Welcome on back. Let me just go ahead and set this down so I can get everything out and put away. Sean's back. No. She talked to me in Spanish. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on here. She was very nice though. Very nice young lady. So that's always a plus. So, here, let me show you. Yeah, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this in the cashier line. There's no self-checkout. These are totopos, like basically tortilla chips, but they're like real, like made thick. And we got a little bit of cheese. And then we got, for fun, we got the green tortillas, de nopales. So basically, nopales, not basically, those are cactus, sorry. Cactus, so they're made with cactus, and they have that beautiful green flavor, or green color. I've never had them actually, so I'll have to let you know this. I've never got them just because green is just such a weird, you know, color for tortillas, but they have blue tortillas, purple tortillas. They don't sell them here. They have red tortillas here too. I don't know what it's made out of though. So this will be a first. So, well, we can go back now. What a lovely time. I don't know why I put myself in these very stressful situations for growth or something. Okay. And now Siri thinks I'm talking to her. What a mess. That's all right. That's how live streams be. Live streams are the messiest. Pause. Welcome on in. We just went to Rancho Market, which is a supermarket here. And we got some, oh, there's a dude here in his car. Like, leave me the F alone. And we just got some because I had some tortillas at home. I was gonna make some stuff, green enchiladas, but somehow water got into the bag and they got all moldy. So welcome on in. For those of you who are new, because it looks like we got a lot of people here. My name is Ricky. We do a lot of exercise, health stuff, retro stuff, but we're not like fitness influencers here. I'm not a fitness influencer, not yet anyway. So it's just about getting better, you know, every day. And that's kind of what it's about. And today, we're just getting better tortillas, taking a walk. We do a lot of walking, a lot of jump rope. I've taken a break off of some jump roping recently just because it's been so rough on the knees. So, Drew Moss. Ricky, how you doing today? I'm doing good. How about you, Drew? My phone's about to die. Oh, pause, story of my life. Yeah, I mean, if you want to like the video, you can like the video. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe, you know. This is the kind of content we do. The next video that's coming out is a taste test. So we're taste testing a bunch of diet foods throughout the years. So that includes Atkins, which was very popular in the 80s as a diet, but came out with its own branding, like food line in 2000s. 80s, 90s, that kind of era. So feeling great? Heck yeah, brother. So I was telling everyone when we were walking down here, this is kind of like the rough area. This is a rough area. I could go down the main road, but I don't want to put myself through that. Don't want to get my stuff jacked. So, are you making burritos? Please say yes. No burritos, maybe tacos. Yesterday my son got off work and I put him to work. He made tomatillo salsa, so like salsa verde, and then roasted red salsa. So that was roasted tomatoes, garlic, onion, chile de árbol, and so we need some tortillas. I guess I am making enchiladas. So classic enchiladas. We are in Salt Lake City, technically Rose Park, but the Salt Lake City area. Let me show you around actually here. I'm all warmed up after that first stream. So you can kind of see it's starting to get gentrified, but Rose Park is very Mexican, you know, very much the Mexican part of Salt Lake, which is great. I love being so close to a Mexican market because you forget kind of how spoiled you are. I'm half Mexican, my dad is full Mexican. And so, you know, we grew up with a lot of things, but now I can get even more stuff. Like when I make refried beans, I got epazote. So epazote is like a bitter herb that you can make for beans. It just doesn't taste the same at all, like without it. And it's not bad, it has a totally different taste. Or avocado leaves, which I forgot to buy. I need some avocado leaves. It's all right, come back. So I just love having the accessibility. Things like beef tongue, tripe, you know, really good tamales. Like for coming from the store, you can't beat it, dude. Like you can get a tamale for like $2 and they're great. You get 2 tamales, you're full. Yeah, Sean, what's the address? Oh, hell no. For dinner today as well? Oh, Sean's having dinner? Oh, I thought you were like, yo, dox him, Sean. No. But yeah, we went downtown. We were on the other side of downtown, which is like the nice side. As soon as you cross over, it's like, you know, you go to the rougher area. Robin says, I didn't know avocado leaves were a thing. Yeah, you use them for like, you know, like bay leaves, right? You can use them in your cooking. So mostly for beans that I've found, but you can use them in like different meat dishes and stuff. But I usually use them for my refried beans, and sometimes I'll even put it in like my rice. So now you know. Now you know. Avocado leaves are something that people buy. And I'm kind of pissed because I forgot to buy some. What else might you not know of? Nopales, right? So cactus is a thing to eat. They're really good. Nopales is in tacos. I don't like them enough to buy them myself because when you cook them up, there's a certain way to prepare them. Because if you don't, it's gonna be kind of like slimy. They're slimy, so they have like a mucus kind of look. But if you prepare them right, you don't get that. Sean says, hey, oh, by Ricky LLC. Dude, I have not set up an LLC. I haven't even thought about that. Drew says, do you add lard to your beans? No, not typically. Just because I don't buy it. The reason why is like, it's just extra calories. It tastes good, but we trying to get healthy here. But no shade. Luna's live, long time no see. Thanks for coming back. Welcome on in, welcome back. What's my favorite food to consume, Drew asks. That's a hard one. Right now, it's just, sheesh. Right now, all I ever think about is pastrami burgers. Pastrami burgers are a Utah, like, kind of like famous thing. And it has pastrami, burger, shredded lettuce, tomato, fry sauce. It's so good. Recommend it. Lard is pig fat, yes. Sean, Robin. Sean says, I want to learn to make some authentic Puerto Rican foods for my kids. Oh, are you Puerto Rican, Sean? Are you Puerto Rican? Look online, dude. Look on YouTube. That's how I started. I'm sure they all have them. Like Cooking con Claudia is who I use. She's legit. She's good. Yeah. Well, hey, you know, it's not for everyone. I love me some lard. I love me lard, schmaltz, all the fats. But, you know, I usually don't have them as much. I usually stick to olive oil or avocado oil these days. All the fats. Ricky is a chef. I caught your cooking show. Oh, yeah. I had one. So, about that. So I was a single dad, like the primary parent, like, you know. So that means I had to cook, I had to clean, I had to do the schoolwork, all that stuff. And so I had to skill up real fast back when I was younger. A younger person, a younger dad. And so I liked to cook before, but this is like, yo, we have to cook, otherwise we're just eating ramen noodles. And you can't be feeding like, yo, do what you need to do to survive. But for me, it's like, we could be eating ramen noodles all the time. We could eat ramen noodles sometimes. But, you know, we had to have some nutrition. And it didn't have to be expensive. You know, beans, rice, herbs, cilantro, salsas, they're all cheap. And so cheap relatively speaking, right? We make them yourself. So we cooked a lot of homemade food, pot roasts. Things are different now. So these days it's mostly eggs, chicken, and a lot of pork. So that's what I've been eating. And also now it's like meal replacement shakes all the time. So Sean says I'm half. My dad's full Puerto Rican and my mom's white as hell. Yo, half breeds rise up. I'm half white. I'm half white. Hell yeah, brother. Ricky, you seem like a good guy. Hey, can I matchmake you possibly? Nope. I don't even have a different response. Nope. No, thank you. I'm not really into all that right now. I'm just trying to make YouTube work. YouTube work, learn as much as I can, and do all that stuff. But I appreciate you looking out. Besides, it would never work out. Never work out. I'm sorry. Not in that phase of life. Haven't been for years, but maybe one day. Maybe one day. Anyways, speaking of channel updates that people were asking about, I got a new camera coming. So the primary camera will look even crisper. I just did the Slim Fast Challenge, right? I'm looking at the intro. I'm like, man, I bet you I could have retained more people that wanted to watch that show if I made the image quality better. I had a different camera that I could have used. It was great, and I started using it, and I'm like, oh, this is bumping up some limitations. So what that means for y'all is better image quality, which is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be nice. Hell nah, Neil says. No, Drew Moss, it's funny. It's kind of fun. I thought it was funny. Oh yeah, we're all caught up. We're all caught up on chat. If you have a question, like Drew, I always love hearing about what you have to say, hearing about anything that you want to know about. Let me flip you around real quick to show you where we're at. So we're almost about to cross the secret force field. The bridge, for some reason, is the force field that keeps the two stuff like separated from fancy to kind of rough neighborhood, right? Sean says, ooh, half-breeds, does that mean we're not as valuable, aka? I think it's like, it comes, for Sean, I think it comes with pros and cons, right? We may not have the higher market value of being purebred, but also we don't have the problems because we're more healthy. I don't think that's how it works, but let's go with that. How far am I walking, Drew says? Like a mile and a half, maybe I guess overall 2.5 miles. So not too far. We're walking. Hey, mutts are awesome dogs. Remember that? Yeah, I had a few great dogs. I had a beagle growing up though. And my sister-in-law had a mixed, the mixed breed, and it was awesome. I'm trying to figure out the right words, like I don't want to get canceled. Ooh, speaking of dogs. There's some big doggies. Cute dogs. You get a big old Rottweiler and a bulldog like coming right up to the fence being like, yo, we're gonna F you up. Cute dogs though. Did your dad ever try to teach you Spanish? Not really, Sean. It wasn't something he was about. I did actually learn a lot of Spanish. I just don't use it as much. But I know more than like someone who hasn't done Spanish. I know more Spanish than someone who's been to college, because I did take college courses, or someone who took Spanish in high school. I actually had private tutors through a online course called Baselang, which was awesome. You got hooked up with Latin American speakers that can also speak English, and they take you through courses and stuff. It was great. I just never finished it. So Drew says, I had a beagle, it was bad, always escaping and getting into the trash can. Sometimes that's just how dogs be, right? Super hyper. As our dog got older, he kind of mellowed out, right? He just became an old man, but he was like that for a while. Let's see. Sean says, my dad tried to teach me, I picked up none of it. Dang, man, dang, yeah. That's how it is over here. Then I had to look like a freaking idiot when the cute cashier girl says something to me. I'm like, yeah, She could be asking for my number. I'd be like, yep, yes, ma'am. Yep, okay, well, bye now. To be fair, I think they're a little bit too young for me. So, I'm okay with that. I don't think that's what happened. I think she probably said something like, this is your thing, or I don't know. It's something, I don't know. I need to study more. Sean says, I went to New York as a kid to meet family and they were all speaking to me in Spanish. I was like, I didn't know I didn't speak Spanish. I didn't know I didn't speak Spanish. Oh, yeah. It's always frustrating because there is like a literal barrier when I would go to Mexico and see my family. There's the language barrier, right? There's the actual, I cannot converse with you because we don't speak the same language, and that sucks. Oh, always a bummer. Maybe someday I'll move to Mexico and then I'll learn the language. That'd be fun. Drew says, do you have a recipe for verde sauce? Kind of. I can tell you right now, actually. So what you do is you boil. You can either do it two ways. I prefer the taste of boiled tomatillos. So you take some tomatillos, you boil them. You boil about a half onion, and it's all like relative measurements, right, to what you like. And then I use raw garlic, like a clove or two. And you put all those in a blender. You reserve some of the water, and then you take the cilantro, like a bunch of cilantro. It depends on like how much you like cilantro. We like it. 1 for color, it turns out green, or 2 for flavor. And then salt. If you want, you can put a little bit of black pepper, and you just blend it up. That's it. That's literally it. You can put some, raw onion if you want, but we use the cooked onion, like the boiled onion or the roasted onion with the tomatillo. Drew says, do you have a, oh no, I already read all this. Sorry about that. I was spacing out there. But yeah, you blend it up. If you have a nice blender, great. If you don't, just still great. So, I also have a molcajete, which is like an old lava stone like salsa mixer that you just serve the salsa in. Never use it. Never ever use that thing. So it's kind of weird. You gonna do another cooking stream soon? I'm thinking about it. The thing is, I'm still thinking about it. So about that, I like doing the cooking streams. They're fun. They are exhausting, but that's not a bad thing because like cooking's exhausting, right? And I was telling you guys before, like when I would do a cooking stream, it was weird because I'd be like, where did all this food come from? It's almost like you're cooking and it's like a out of body experience. It's like someone else is like there, like doing it while I'm just trying to make sure the stream doesn't blow up. But it's hard with the way that YouTube works. YouTube wants you to play by these kind of silly rules. Like, I don't know if they're silly, but they're hard, like they want you to do a certain thing, right? So walking, jump roping, that's health related. Taste testing and diet foods, that's kind of health related. Slim fast, that's health related. You see where I'm going with this, like the jump rope. Where the cooking is like a little more niche, like a little more lifestyle related, although it can be health related. I just have to figure out how to do that. So if I do a stream, it has to somehow fit in there. Where like for a while I was doing like tons of streams, like sometimes 2 to 3 streams a day. And that was just to get comfortable on camera, do streams. And boy, was it was totally worth it. I'm gonna tell you right now, like my camera presence, I didn't even like plan it. It was just to learn about live streams, work up the content stack. So much better on camera. Let's see here. Sean says, one of these days I'm gonna have my wife cook me some lengua. Oh, so good. Lengua is like beef tongue, so good. Beans and verde sauce. Yeah, I mean, the thing is like the tomatillo sauce is pretty easy. You just have to buy tomatillos and everything else is pretty standard. I recommend you just look up a recipe. It's so easy to make. Drew says, more cooking streams. The people have spoken. I do want more cooking streams. We should probably do it because it's way more interactive. And then I can use my new camera that doesn't overheat as much. Oh, I want to use that camera. It's, anyway, I won't go into all the nerd stuff, but the new camera is an upgrade. Let's see here. Save you a little plate? Sure, brother. Or you're talking about Sean. Yeah, man. These days I eat a lot less beef. I've gotten to the point where I don't use it enough. Okay, so when we were coming here, I was talking about the train and how it doesn't freaking move. Like no, I didn't say it didn't move, but there's a train here and all this stuff right here. There's a bike lane that they just made like within the past 4 months, even maybe less than that. But now the cars have to park here. My kids can take the bike lane, but also there's a train. See that train over there? And so how the heck are kids gonna get there with the train? Well, they made a bridge. So no matter what, like it's great for other pedestrians, but I think it's specifically for kids. There's like an elevator, you can take your bike up there, but there's also, you know, you can walk up there, so you don't have to worry. It's been awesome. We like nerd stuff. Oh, Drew says. I went to a Mexican restaurant and they told me they didn't have lengue, and I was like, what? Yo, was it even a Mexican? Was it an incognito? Was it one of those Mexican restaurants? You know, Tex-Mex? What part of outer space do you live, Ricky? I only live on planet Earth. If you didn't know, we are in Salt Lake City, and this is the Rose Park. And I'm from Idaho, believe it or not. So I was raised in Idaho, but I've lived here in Salt Lake City for 6 years now. Sheesh. Salt Lake City Valley. So there you go. Now you know. We're gonna go up these stairs. I'm not looking forward to it. No siree, Bob. Oh, cool. Utah, they have beautiful Mormons. Oh, mountains. Excuse me. Drew says they have beautiful mountains. Yeah. Take a look. The thing is Salt Lake is in a valley, so you get kind of nasty air pollution. That's a little tiny baby. Once we climb up the stairs, I'll show you more. But got another closet emptied. Very nice. Oh, you're a chef? Like for real, Drew? For real? What do you make? What's your signature dishes? What's your go-to dishes? Let's see here. Ooh. Hey. Just passing by a little kid. You always got to be careful. No, you are. No, stop it. You are. Okay, we're gonna go up here. Man, this place is getting so much more trendy. Like I said, it is kind of weird because it's now becoming more gentrified. So new buildings are popping up. Here, let me show you what I mean. We saw some apartments back there. All new apartments right here. All new. Weren't here before. Those blue apartments, all new. All new. And just behind that, brand new, like fancy ramen restaurant in the middle of like a random neighborhood. Super fancy, super posh, super chic. Wow, nice apartments. Yeah, no, the fancy apartments are actually on the other side. So these are the fancy apartments. So here, let me show you. This is over here where the real fancy apartments are. This side, and there's some over here, right there. And you know, because it is downtown, that's nice. But that's the hard cutoff for the poverty area where we were versus like the fancy area. I wouldn't say it's a fancy area, but definitely like the more urban, you know, more established place. So we get up here, you will see Front Runner like we saw before. Don't mind my cracking voice. Front Runner, and that takes, you know, commuters north to south of the Wasatch Front, which is basically like the mountains over here. Wasatch. It's really hard to say that for me. All those stairs and trying to talk. Rough. Do they have them in Utah? Akira Ramen? I don't think we have Akira Ramen, but I don't know. There's a lot of ramen places. Jinya Ramen. There's a lot of ramen places. The only one I know is Jinya Ramen. But there's a bunch over here. Hot Pot's also really popular here now. Korean barbecue's really popular here. Yeah, you can get some really good authentic places. Like there's a couple of authentic Mexican places like Lopez Tacos in what's called West Jordan. And I mean, it's super authentic to the point where they used to not even be able to speak English. So you had to speak Spanish to order. I think now that the word's gotten out, it's been more trendy. And so a lot more people are there and they've kind of accommodated, you know what I mean? Ricky, okay, catch your breath. Yeah, for real. I'm like, but if I stop talking, I'll be uninteresting. This is a dog park. This is a dog park. Down here, there are people there doing their dog thing. Very nice dog park. Robin says, yes, Sean, the guy with the perm and his many wives. Yeah. Sean, yes. I mean, I'm not even like, That doesn't even feel like heckling. It's just true. Yes, that is true. That Family was on Netflix. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, so the real Salt Lake, so the Real Lives of Salt Lake. That was a show that was out here. They actually filmed in my neighborhood. We've been there a few times. It's not close to here. It's like 45 minutes away, but very interesting. Oh, there you go, Ricky. No. Salt Lake City scares me because of Mormons, not gonna lie. Well, here's the thing, Robin. The actual city, the closer you go to the city center, like where I'm at, the less influence there is, which is crazy because like the Salt Lake City, like center, like the headquarters, temple and all that is like just a few blocks away from where we're at right now. But if you're in the city, it's a lot less like that. When you get out on the edges of the city and you go out towards like the rest of Utah, then it is kind of more like what you're thinking of, I assume. So, Salt Lake City itself, pretty nice. Didn't Solomon have like 300 wives? Brother, I apologize. I was a bad Sunday school student. I don't remember. David had 10 wives. Yeah. Crucifixion would resolve anything. Sorry, I gotta go over here. Sorry, I didn't mean to start a whole war over here in the comments. Sometimes it's just about where I live. It kind of sucks, but I forget. Oh yeah, it's just where I live, and like sometimes it just pulls up. Yeah. Back to Chef Ricky. Appreciate it, Drew. Thank you. Yeah, this is the fancy area. Chamber. These apartments right over here. They weren't here a couple years ago. They're done. The ones that we just saw, they're done. These apartments right here, they just had a extension a couple years ago. It's just exploding here. So, oh man. Now that I bought these chips and everything, I'm ready to eat. I want to have some chiles quiles with some red salsa, some enchilada sauce. I can make some enchilada sauce, but I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe look it up. The thing that I really need to do after stream is finish the video. I would say now it's about 85% of the way done, maybe even a little more, maybe like 90% done. So I'm gonna be finished with it in a couple of hours, drop that video, and then what do we do next stream? Tomorrow's stream is, what is tomorrow's stream? Oh, Cindy Crawford's workout. So I'm looking forward to that. 3 G's. If you make a Hey Ricky cookbook, I'll buy one. Too much work. Brother, I can barely do YouTube. I can barely do that. We'll try some things. Funny thing is last week on Sunday, because I've been trying new things, I actually made pumpkin pie for the first time, and it wasn't bad. I think one of the things I think with cooking is, like with anything in life, you need to just try it, right? You just try it, and I would say 8 times out of 10, it's not gonna be that bad. So the pie could have been a little firmer. I didn't cook it long enough. That's it. Ate the whole thing. I wish I wasn't eating as much though. They are nice. I like them. How much for rent? Oh, how much for rent in this place? Like $2,000 for like a studio and stuff. So it's kind of like $2,000 to like $4,500, depending on what you get. That's I think somewhere like that, $1,600 maybe to $4,500 a month. Make a mean spice bread apple cider. Very nice, very nice. We're gonna go walk a little more. We'll go walk down here. I've got all these groceries now. Maybe I should go. I got a few packages, but I'm not gonna go grab them. I'll grab them later. So let me see. I'll turn this around real quick for you. This is the high school where it's pretty rough for Salt Lake standards, for Utah standards. But overall, like I said, it's not too bad. Is that a Whole Foods market? Where? Here? Oh no, that's a Lee's Market. Lee's Market is actually in the apartment complex. I think it's a local place, but it is nice. It's not as nice as Whole Foods, but it's like a Albertsons. I don't even know if you all have that. Albertsons is like a West Coast kind of thing. So let's see if we can pass. Or let's see if we can. Man, I am loving having all this shade. It makes me look so much better on camera. We're gonna go across the street and we're gonna go over to the high school for a while. Yeah, we have Whole Foods, but it's quite a ways away. About a 10-minute drive. I guess that's not too far, but I'm so spoiled these days. It's like, oh, if it's 5 minutes, it's far. However, I mean, even like, for context, where I grew up, my hometown, you can cross the entire town end to end in 10 minutes, which is crazy to me now, because here in Salt Lake, north to south, 45 minutes. 45 minutes to cross the whole thing. East to west, 25 minutes, maybe longer, like 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes. So I'm marking inside the apartment complex. I can only imagine how expensive that is. It's sometimes you pay a premium, sometimes not. Like milk, no premium. Eggs, a little bit. You know, like everything just a little bit more expensive, but not as much as you would think. But like, for instance, they're like, oh, we have a sale on oranges, right? But the oranges are like the same price as if you got them somewhere else, like at regular price. You know, I'm not buying a lot of stuff from there, but sometimes they have a good deal. Get some snacks from there, same price, you know. So not too bad. Whew. All right. We're moving and grooving. I'm glad I restarted the stream because we weren't doing so hot. I appreciate y'all coming in and kind of warming up too. So it takes me a while to warm up the stream. California milk is expensive. Really? I pay I think $2.50, around $2.50, give or take, you know, a quarter. So $2.50 for, however, I'm only buying a half gallon because I can't drink that much. Also, it gives me the runs. Sorry for the TMI, but you gotta know, you know, this is me. Yeah, kind of most of the staples I have are these days protein powder, too many carbs. I've been carbing out this week, and bad idea. I need to get back on track. It's been my knee, because my knee's been like not doing so well, and doing more videos. It's like, oh, it's time for carbs, baby. Lactose intolerant, yo, we don't say those words around here, Robin. We do not say them words. Let me put it this way. I don't know. If I had to guess, probably Robin. But we don't want to find out. We just want to live in ignorant bliss and just be using the restroom. I just say, oh, it upsets my stomach, not I can't eat this anymore. I don't know. Might be my age. Let's see here. Oh, we still have the face tracking. Heck yeah. I'm gonna set you down for a minute because I want to. I think I have some water here. I need some. For your offensive language? Yeah. So offensive. Very offensive. Very rude. But it's my fault for not putting that in the banned words. Lactose. Look at this. I paid $200 so I could do this. We could do some stuff. We could do some jump rope, but I gotta save this knee, dude. Like dudes and dudettes, we've gotta save these knees. I'm very sad about these chips that we got. Look at the bottoms. Oh! Okay. Whew, serenity now. Well, these are basically breadcrumbs. Okay. Shall we do a taste test? I feel silly tasting these without any salsa. But I like to use these and Chili. So these are $1.50 for the whole bag. The thing is, they make them fresh in-house. Oh man, you can't beat them. I almost feel stupid buying any other type. I will, but every time I buy a different type of chip, it's like, I wish I had these. So in case you don't know, Rancho Market, they make their own tortillas. Fry them up. It's as close as you're going to get to homemade without having it be homemade, and they're awesome. Let me show you. I think I showed you guys this, but we'll show you again. These are green tortillas, corn tortillas. Why? Because they're made with cactus. They're a little bit juicy for some reason, and I don't know why. A little bit wet on the outside. And then we got some cheese. Some queso. I don't know what this is. It's not Mexican, is it? Queso para friar. Anyone that knows what that means? Oh, that's why. Oh, this opened up and then let all the wet cheese water out. Hell yeah. The way. So I can taste one, even though I definitely don't want to do that. Oh, this cheese is bomb. This just tastes like a cheese curd, though. I gotta go take it home and put it in the fridge immediately before it gets hot and stinky. You want some homemade queso? I mean, these are pretty close. But this just tastes like, if you ever had Wisconsin cheese curds or something like that, that's all it tastes like. Cheese curds. Man, it tastes good on some chips though, melted. Kind of expensive though. So for a 6/10 of a pound, just over half a pound, $3.32. Is that even expensive now? I don't even know these days. Like, I don't know what's expensive, what's not. Oh. I try to buy as many things as I can in bulk and then come back in like a couple of months, 2 months, 3 months, but the prices always change. So I expect in 2 months like the price just to go up. No. I give that cheese 4 out of 5 chunkless. And chunkla is a slipper that you use to throw at your kids when they act up. Just FYI. Okay. So we ate our chips. We went to the store. We struggled. I think it's that time, folks. I think it's time. Hold on. I have a thing on here, a notification. I'm in study mode for some reason. Dude, I don't know about y'all, but the iOS or the iPhone has been acting real weird lately. Maybe just me. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions? Sorry, I'll try to eat with my mouth closed. Before we end the stream, time for what? It is time to end. It is time to end. I gotta go finish this video and go exercise and stop being a lazy boy. You know, a lazy boy, as they say. But I'm sitting here for a minute before we wrap up, in case you all have any questions. Well, it was a good stream. I'm glad we restarted stream. Seems to have been doing a lot better. I just gotta get used to being on camera. I might have to switch these from like jump rope and walking to just walking. I'm telling you, on Monday or Tuesday, I just really went to town on jump rope and just destroyed my knee, and it was like, nah, we're not working out anymore. Nah. And so it just barely got to the point where it feels like quote unquote normal. And I think I just either aggravated my meniscus, tore my meniscus. I don't know. The point is we gotta do low impact stuff even more than I thought, which sucks. So I'm sad about that. All right. Well, if there's nothing there, tomorrow, I think it's at 1, but you can check on the live tab. Cindy Crawford's workout tape. We're gonna go through the first exercise, give it a go, rate it, see if we can survive it, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.